This video will go in-depth on the topic of laser tripwires in the vanilla version of Deus Ex Game of the Year edition. There are two types of laser tripwires in the game. The red ones trigger security systems like alarms and turrets. The blue ones trigger movers in the map, such as doors, bots, and explosive crates. A laser can become blocked by objects in the game. Whether or not it will be triggered when blocked by said object depends on the map. Different maps have different parameters. When a laser is triggered, it plays a sound and activates the objects or alarms it is attached to. If it doesn't play a sound, it means it will not be triggered by the object blocking it. Broadly speaking, there are 4 categories of objects in Deus Ex that will block lasers. They are... Things that may activate lasers are myself, JC Denton. Actually, I will always trigger lasers. Always. Always. Living NPCs.
Environmental objects such as crates, garbage bins, etc.
This includes dead bodies. And lastly, items. Strangely, while the gas from a pepper spray can block lasers, gas from other sources do not block lasers. Also, grenades attached to walls can block lasers. Weird, right?
Right? Right? Yes. Ricky's...
There are multiple ways of defeating laser tripwires in the game. The basic method of defeating laser tripwires is to hack the control panel if there is one, with multi-tools. You may also toss an EMP grenade to short it out for a while. You can also use explosives to destroy the entire system. These methods, while simple to execute, will consume a lot of resources. Another way of defeating laser tripwires is to just go around it. Find an alternate path not protected by a laser, or jump over it. But basic methods aren't what this video is about. This video is about the sexier methods of defeating laser tripwires. I'm not talking about using glitches here. I'm talking about legitimate but unorthodox ways of bypassing laser tripwires. This means using things like the pepper spray to block lasers, or even dead bodies, and other objects. The thing to note is that the rules that governs what triggers lasers are not universal. One map may have drastically different triggers for lasers than another. We'll later go map by map to find out the difference. Alright, so I'm going to test lasers on each map to see if they are triggered by A. Items you can hold in your inventory. I'll test this by using the pepper spray on lasers. If a laser does not trigger from the gas of a pepper spray, it means you can safely block it with any inventory item, including fire extinguishers, soda cans, and throwing knives. B. Objects in the world. I'll test this using crates. If a crate doesn't trigger it, it means you can block it with bodies or bins or whatever. C. NPCs. This determines if NPCs will mess up your day by running through their own lasers. We'll do this map by map on levels where laser tripwires exist. I'm pretty sure I covered everything in this vid, but just in case I miss out anything, let me know in the comments. Thanks. Anyway, let me turn on my spreadsheet augmentation so we can get going. Alright, let's begin. On the first level, the lasers in the Statue of Liberty will be activated by environmental objects and dead bodies. But items and living NPCs will not activate it. Even Gunther Herman will not activate the laser tripwire, but the camera will usually trigger the alarm when it sees Gunther. On the second level, there are blue lasers, and they are only activated by JC Denton. It will not trigger if blocked by anything else. Because your first 2 encounters with laser tripwires in-game are created this way, it may give players the false impression that all lasers in-game behave this way. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Don't believe me? It's all in the numbers. In Smuggler's hideout, even Smuggler himself will trigger the laser. In fact, if you manage to aggro Smuggler through the lasers before talking to him, the bot will treat him as an enemy. For Smuggler's hideout, the laser will be triggered by everything. But the bot will cease being aggressive once you talk to Smuggler. In the NYC sewers map, the lasers there will be triggered by everything as well. But the super stupid thing is that the lasers there will toggle the turrets. So if you keep activating the lasers and rapidly toggle the turrets on and off, eventually the script controlling the turrets will break and just give up. This is the only map built this way, though. I think the devs were inexperienced with the Unreal Engine and just wanted to try different shit with the scripts, which was why they tried to build laser tripwires in so many different ad hoc ways. The result is just pure jank. In the warehouse level, both inside and outside, lasers are triggered by everything as well. It looks like the NSF know how to put together a laser-triggered security system. I wonder how other organizations in this game hold up. Surely the better equipped, better trained organizations in this game will have better security systems than a ragtag militia. Right? The next map with lasers in it is the helibase level. These lasers were set up by the NSF, so you know they're going to be solid. The lasers here will be triggered by everything, so don't bother taking your spray out. Mission 4, back to New York. So, while the layout of maps in these missions have slightly changed, the rules governing lasers in it have not changed. That means lasers on these set of maps will be triggered by everything. To be specific, the maps here are NSF HQ, now occupied by UNATCO forces, Smugger's Hideout, and the sewer level. Mission 5 is the mission you get captured by UNATCO and brought to their underground prison. Surprisingly, there are no lasers in this set of levels. Not that I know of, anyway. I always thought that there was a laser in the vent in the prison level, but when I looked I couldn't find it. This is a conspiracy, some sort of Mandela effect is going on here. Man! Del! La! Hong Kong levels. The first set of lasers that you may find in Hong Kong are the ones installed in Maggie Chow's apartment. Surely MJ-12 will ensure that the home of one of their key players, and the location where they're hiding the Dragon's Tooth Sword must be highly secure, right? Surely MJ-12 set up the lasers here properly, right? Nope. The lasers here are only set off when blocked by objects. Pepper spray and NPCs can block it without triggering security. Okay, so maybe the lasers in Maggie Chow's apartment was a fluke. But the lasers in MJ-12's base, protecting their extremely vital universal constructor, must have been properly set up, right? No. It's even worse than in Maggie Chow's apartment. It can be safely blocked by everything. The lasers here are as bad as the one in the subway in the second mission. Level 7, back to New York, but this time, UNATCO is raiding it. Here, you can find lasers in smugglers and the sewers. They behave the same as in previous New York levels. They'll be triggered by everything, and you can still bug out the turrets in the sewers just like before. Mission 8, the naval base map. This map has 2 lasers in the tunnel area. The blue lasers here will open a door when triggered to release a swarm of spider bots. Thankfully, they're poorly installed and will not be triggered by anything except J.C. Denton. Further along are red lasers. Those can be safely blocked by pepper spray and objects, but NPCs blocking it will trigger the alarm. Mission 9. You can find a set of lasers in the catacombs tunnels. As usual, MJ-12 does a terrible job of setting it up. It can be safely blocked by pepper spray and NPCs. Only objects will trigger it. Why MJ-12?
Yes, why?
It makes no sense for you to be so incompetent or... Mission 10, the cathedral where MJ-12 stores their huge cache of gold. No surprise, the humble pepper spray defeats this system. However, it will trigger when blocked by objects. More interestingly, NPCs will trigger it, but only when they unbreak the laser. This means that the devs scripted this specific laser to behave differently for NPCs. Why? Why devs? Why? Mission 11, Vandenberg Air Base. There's a laser in the back area where they're holding the scientists. Pepper spray and NPCs will block the laser without triggering it, but blocking it with objects will trigger the alarm. Mission 12, Ocean Lab Universal Constructor Map. MJ-12 has learnt from their mistakes in Hong Kong. The blue lasers here will be triggered by everything, but it only releases spider bots when triggered. So, it's still terrible. Missile Silo Map. Technically, MJ-12 took over this site from Vandenberg, which explains why the laser here is properly set up. These lasers will be triggered by everything. Area 51 entrance. Last map with lasers. These blue lasers will open the doors and let loose a swarm of spider bots when triggered, and it will be triggered by everything.
Good job, Bob.
I think that's everything. Let me know if I missed out any maps that has lasers in it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has been informative. Leave me a like and subscribe if you think so.